Good afternoon, everybody. We'll give a minute or so to let folks jump on, and then we'll get started. Oops. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and kick things off here. Welcome to the IRIS Factory Automation and PIAB Group's End of Arm Tooling webinar. We're looking forward to presenting to you today. My name is Brittany Carroll. I'm the Channel Partner Manager at IRIS Factory Automation. We do a monthly webinar series, really revolving around all of IRIS's competencies, from palletizing to vision inspection systems, as well as custom automation and case packing. So today's webinar, again, is on end of arm tooling, and I have with me Hernando Amalian from PIAB. He is the area sales manager, and then I also have Ron Perinsky. He is the district sales manager. So we will go ahead and get this kicked off. During the presentation, we're going to have a couple times too where we're going to break and answer any questions that you may have. So feel free to drop those in the chat, and we will see my kids there. We will be able to answer those questions, and then we'll also have some time at the end to answer those. All right, so we will get started here. On our agenda today, we're going to kick off with PIAB talking about cobot and large end of arm tooling. And then at the end, I will talk more about IRIS end of arm tooling and how we utilize the PIAB technology in our tools, as well as our turnkey palletizing solutions and how we use end of arm tooling in those. So I'll hand it over to Hernando, who's going to talk about cobot end of arm tooling.
I think I'll go.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was
it's Ron. Okay. It's Ron who is going to start.
That's all right. Can everybody hear me? I hope. My name is Ron Perinsky. I'm the district sales manager for PIAB and for the PIAB South District. And we wanted to take a look at the tooling offering that PIAB offers. As many are aware, we're a leader in vacuum component automation products, primarily vacuum cups, pneumatic generators. But because of the need and the state of automation growing at such a high rate of speed, it was a decisions were made to expand our offerings and to get into these types of products. So we'll start very quickly. Trying to
move that over.
There we go. So we'll look at basically the first thing that kind of started it all, the PiCobot. So this is a vacuum ejector and tool basically built into one. This is it has a pretty universal 50 millimeter mounting device that could be primarily for universal robots when it first came out, but it can be adapted to any brand of robot out there. But with this piece here, it has the ejector, the valve is all built into this unit, so it can be programmed for vacuum, blow off, and those functions. You could mount different types of tools. You can see it with the two vacuum cup piece on it now. That part can come off, and it could have just a single cup or even a custom type of tool that could be made for a specific application as well. But again, very plug and play and very simple software. If we look at the following page. So the required air about 65 psi, will draw 1.23 SCFM. overall capacity 15 pounds or 7 kilograms. It only weighs about 1.42 pounds, so it's quite lightweight and helps, maximize the payload capacity of any cobot. And please keep in mind the gripping capacity is 15 pounds. This could be variable based on the porosity of the load. The next tool in this series is the PiCobot L. So not much different than the PiCobot, other than it's a little bit larger footprint, but also a much larger capacity. 35 pounds is the maximum payload for this piece. Again, many of the same functions. It does, for those familiar with the PiCompact 23 Smart vacuum pump that PIAB offers. This uses the same technology, the same type of cartridge and feedback as that pump. So very intuitive, and again, builds on what the PiCobot series does with a larger footprint. If we look at the technical details, the minimum required air in feed 72 psi, 1.53 SCFM, and then, 32 pounds for maximum capacity. And again, the same situation applies based on the load, porosity, and type as well. Now, a new system that PIAB has developed and launched this year is the PiCobot Electric. This, we're pretty excited about this pump. It's been in development for a while and finally launched. But it has all the features of the PiCobot tools, except instead of using compressed air to develop the vacuum, this is done electric. So, kind of getting more with the electrification of pumps and this type of technology. That's what the PiCobot Electric is there for. Good on mobile applications as well, and it could be powered. One of the unique things, it could be powered off of the cobot itself. It doesn't take any external power source in order to turn it on and off. So it can be totally mobile. And one of the things that sets it aside from some of the electric pumps that are out there, the cobot electric pumps that are out there, is the amount of flow. PIAB has always been known for getting more flow by using the lowest amount of feed pressure. Well, in this case, using voltage instead of pneumatic air, we can, just like in the same rhythm though, we can develop more flow, which can handle cardboard boxes easily and other porous types of materials. So that definitely sets it aside from a lot of the competitors out there. Oops, I think it went back. Okay, sorry. The next item is the CPT, or the cobot palletizing tool. Again, this was something that was part of PIAB's what's called custom line group, and of tools that were made on basically a one-off basis. But the popularity of this tool and the usefulness has brought it into the full lineup of tools now. So if you go on to PIAB.com, this is now a configurable item. And but this is great for, again, with palletizing, cobot palletizing, again, a quick growing business. This type of tool, all-in-one tool, is a great addition to our lineup. Again, same technology as far as the vacuum pump and the feedback built into this tool. IO-Link, it's IO-Link ready. Again, the same features of the PiCobot or PiCompact series pumps is built into this into this as well. And you could see the mounting. It has two different mounting features on it, depending on the amount of offset. So if you see where the robot mount is, that part is removable and it could be turned so you have more extension or less. One thing to keep in mind is that mounting position does have an effect on the overall capacity. The maximum capacity of this at 87 psi of feed pressure is about 44 pounds. And again, it's a pretty lightweight gripper, 3.5 to 5.84 pounds. The one as you see here, well, on the top right could have rows of suction cups, or it could have a plate that has a foam gripper as well. And those would be the difference in the overall weight. And there's also three sizes of different footprints for this tool as well. Next is the Kinos line. One tool that's becoming more and more popular from the foam gripping side is the KSL, or the Kinos Safe and Light, as you can see in the center. This is a very simple tool that could be mounted to any cobot, and it does require then a single compressed air feed that would go to it. But this has the pneumatic ejector and everything built right onto the pump itself. Very lightweight piece, very easy to replace the foam. We have a magnetic style foam now that's available for this, so quick to maintain and very easy to use, very lightweight. The whole tool is actually, the body of the tool is made out of a foam material with a carbon fiber top plate that the pump mounts onto. So again, very lightweight. You could see the other types of simple tooling, the Kinos FlexiGrip, that's in a round or a square orientation, and then the Kinos mini grips, various sizes of round, rectangle, and square sizes there as well. Next is the KCS, the PIAB KCS. So this is a cobot tool that uses a foam gripping technology on that as well. That the foam plate is removable. There's a 110 by 110 and a 150 by 150 millimeter option that could be take one off and put the other on very easily. So with foam technology, again, growing in so many other different aspects, this has always been a great piece for us as well. And again, just like all of the PiCobot series, this has everything built into it, the pump, the valve, and blow off as needed and any feedback. This has about 10-pound capacity on this tool at 72 psi of feed pressure. Again, very lightweight like the rest of the series, though. The maximum 1.67 pounds. The next thing is what's called the PIAB Custom Line Group. You can see on this page, it's just a series of different custom tools that we've built. And many more, obviously. But these are custom configurations that could be made, most of them 3D printed. And one of the good things about this is with most of these tools, the vacuum ejectors themselves can be incorporated right into the body of the tool. You can see, for instance, the third one on the top is made for lifting, gripping onto bags. But those pieces with the cups that has the ejectors built into it. The one on the bottom right has 6 ejectors built into it, and those could be all turned on and off individually. So it could have have multiple zones with that configuration as well. So we can design custom tooling for odd shapes or sizes, or to best fit any type of load. Oops, I need to go back. Is it possible to move this back?
There you go.
Okay, sorry about that. And then a couple accessories. PIAB is now making a automatic tool changer. You can get that with a docking station where you could park a tool and then grip onto another and put that into service. The foam gripper heads, as I mentioned, on the KCS, there were 2 sizes. But if you were utilizing the Pi Cobot Large, for instance, you could see sizes that go up to 420 by 260 millimeters. So it's a pretty large rectangle surface for that as well. The adjustable suction cup head that you saw on the Pi Cobot itself, and then obviously any suction cups that are suitable for the different load types that PIAB offers such a wide array of.
All right.
So with
So
that,
we have,
we'll ask any questions.
Ron, we do have a few questions for you. Quite a few, actually. So we'll take a couple minutes here, and if we have to get to some more at the end, we will. First question I have, does the PIAB or Pi Cobot Electric work with any robot manufacturer, or is it available with a universal communication interface, IO-Link, Ethernet, digital I/O, etc.?
The Pi Cobot Electric currently works only with 3 types of UR robots, and those are the E series, the UR5E, the UR10E, and I believe the UR15E. Those are the only working models right now. I believe in the first quarter of 2025 that will be opened up to other models, but it is limited right now on those particular cobots.
Okay, great. Next question, how does the Pi Cobot Electric handle porous products compared to the non-electric one using compressed air?
Again, it does give up a little bit of flow compared to anything that's using compressed air. It's probably more susceptible to the porosity than a compressed air tool right now. But again, it does, for this feature and this new technology of electrification, it does have quite a bit more flow than the other electric pumps out there. And we could look at any of the spec sheets on these are available easily at the PIAB.com website, where we could look at any individual flow ratings versus another.
Okay. And you might have answered this, but do the suction cups on the Pi Cobot work independently?
No, they are not. It is not a zone tool, so they work in tandem with each other, and so that would need to be something to be kept in mind if you were to have a tool with multiple cups on there. They are powered all at the same time.
Great. I think we can at least one more question here. Does the CPT have the capabilities for individual zones?
No, there's no zoning on the CPT. You can, just like with most foam grippers, you do not need full coverage on the tool in order for it to work fine. But if you pick up a load, let's say if you pick up multiple cartons at one time, you could not set those down independently of each other. You would set whatever is on there would be released at the same time.
Okay. I'm going to get this last one here. Is the Kino safe and light available with check valves?
Yes, it's available with check valves, or the alternative to that would be flow restriction, which would be just a series of very small holes that that can that the vacuum could pass through, but not be such a large leak if they weren't covered. But both technologies are available for that piece.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Ron. Appreciate
Thank you very
answering
much.
those. And we're going to go ahead and move forward. And now Hernando is going to talk to us about components for integrated solutions.
Hi, Brittany. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Yeah, my name is Hernando Emiliani, and I am the area sales manager for the Midwest for PIAB. And I'm going to uh, present some components to integrate solutions, which is the case of IRIS. As you know, many cobots and the farm tools can be designed using vacuum generators, and it is important to have all the functions integrated in an individual component. As Ron showed you, all the end of arm tools that we have designed have everything in the same in the tool, all the controls and the vacuum generators, control the goods for the. So when it is required to customize the tool, it is important to try to include all the controls um, in the same tool.
Hernando, we're getting a little bit of static on your end. It's kind of a little bit hard to hear. So
Okay, can you hear me better now?
yeah,
A
that
little
seems a little
better?
bit better.
Okay,
That's a little bit better.
I'm trying to get control. Uh, I cannot move. Can you release? Give me the control of the presentation, Brittany, please.
Yep, you have control there. So you should be able to.
Yeah, I got it right. This is not moving forward. Oh, can you? Okay, this is the Pi Compact, which is a device that includes everything in the same body. The diagram here in the bottom left uh, is a basic diagram of all the components that are included. Here, the first solenoid valve is the control valve that allows the compressed air go into the vacuum generator unit. That is the same coax technology that PIAB uses, but the cartridges that we use here are very resistant to dust environments. And the second solenoid valve is used for the blow-off function that sometimes it could be required to release the parts very fast. So we have a different type of configuration. It is very flexible. For example, this valve, the solenoid valve for control, can be a double solenoid valve. So we have a very stable possibility to make safer the end of arm tool. And this can be stackable, as you can see here. We can include from 1 until 6 units in the same manifold. And it is important in case that it is necessary to customize a tool for more than for two zones or more. We have two different sizes of the Pi Compact, the 10X and the 23 Smart. But basically for end of arm tools, the 23 Smart is the one that we recommended because of the high flow that we can develop with these units. Okay, the cartridges that we use are the ones that you can see here. Those are very resistant to dust. And usually for end of arm tools, we recommend the SX42 that have enough flow to grab cardboard boxes that are usually porous. And here we have an integrated solution, a very lightweight solution. Each Pi Compact weighs less than 12 ounces. We can create an end of arm tool very safe using the two solenoid valve. We can increase our speed using the blow off, and we have the energy saving function to reduce the operational cost of the end of arm tools when the boxes are not very porous, or when we are managing products that are that have no leaks. We can program a preventive maintenance option because the possibility to set the vacuum level in a maximum and in a minimum, and to have the signal that we have grabbed the part, we can make a type of surveillance in the system, and finally predict when we require, for example, maintenance. And the blow off that I already mentioned. And stackable, that was the function that I mentioned before for multi zones. This is the way that it is connected, the spider peak system design that IRIS is going to present later. Basically, it includes two Pi Compacts. One of those manage one zone of the system, and the other Pi Compact manage the second part of the system. In this case, when you pick two boxes at a time, both units are energized. But when you need to release only one box, the fact is that you need to turn off the power to only one of the units. The system design drastically affects the performance of a palletizer, because it is necessary to take into consideration the vacuum level that is required and the time of response of the unit. And this is the reason, because the Pi Compact is very important, because you can install this very, very close to the vacuum cups that you are going to use in the system. We have the possibility to have a direct wiring and a standard wiring, and use I/O link for the Pi Compact. It makes easy to communicate with any type of field bus system. And finally, I'm just presenting that we have many different possibilities of end-of-arm tools for industrial robots, for big robots that can handle big boxes or big sacks, for example, even um, wood or different materials or different elements with high weights in the industry application. These are a few examples of the materials that can be handled using our big end-of-arm tools, for example, big crates or sacks or big boxes, for example, too. Cardboard boxes that cannot be handled by means of only vacuum because of the weight or because of the way that it must be palletized. So for this, for more information, you can contact us and tell us what is the application about, or you can contact IRIS to uh, yeah, to tell us what is your application and what are your needs.
Great, thank you, Hernando. We'll open it up to some questions. It looks like we have a couple here. The first question is, can the PI Compact 23 smart pump work in a dusty environment?
Yes, those can be used for dusty environments because we use very dust resistant cartridges without flaps. And additionally, the Pi Compact have filters that are easy to replace.
Great. Next question here, what are the advantages of using PI Compact in customized cobot tools?
Yes, as I mentioned, the main advantages uh, is that this is a very light unit with everything inside. So this makes very efficient the the end of arm tool, the customized end of arm tool, and it makes very light the end of arm tool too, having everything in the same body. And additionally, it can be customized in the way that if you require to, for example, maintain the box uh, in case of power failure, you can have a double solenoid valve that is still having the compressed air creating vacuum during the time that you have a reservoir available to supply compressed air.
Great. And that's all the questions for that section. So we're going to go ahead and move on to IRIS. IRIS end of arm tooling and turnkey palletizers. So as you know, we partner with PIAB for components in our end of arm tooling. IRIS specializes in turnkey palletizing solutions. So that's anywhere from collaborative palletizers to fully automatic industrial palletizing solutions. Um, so I'm talking to you a little bit today about the end of arm tooling that we have developed and have used in the field. So we have a short video here for those who were not at PAC Expo or didn't see us on social media. This is a video from that, but it's a great video just kind of showcasing a lot of our uh, tools in action, so you can kind of see a mashup of everything. So here's our spider pick, which we'll talk a little bit about during the presentation, but this is our standard end of arm tool, that dual zone tool that Hernando had mentioned, which is super effective for hitting faster rates, picking two at a time and being able to independently place those boxes on the pallet. Our palletizers, collaborative palletizers can have integrated slip sheet placement, which is very helpful for many companies that use corrugated tie sheets in their process. toolless adjustment, so being able to move those cups around there, as you see on our spider pick, without having to change a tool out, is really helpful in a lot of food and beverage and consumer goods spaces. So you'll see our clamp style and multi-use tooling as well for heavier payloads or packages that are a little bit less ideal for a normal pneumatic end of arm tool. I hope you can still hear me. I think the video is a little bit laggy. All right. So multi-zone pneumatic end of arm tools. So like I had mentioned in the video, the spider pick is our standard end of arm tool. So this is what we use on most of our palletizer applications because it is designed to be very flexible to accommodate a lot of different box sizes. So the spider pick does come in a cobot version and an industrial version. And it's a dual zone end of arm tool. So dual zone meaning that we have two independent zones. We can pick up two boxes at the same time, and then we can place those independently on the pallet, which is really helpful for more complicated pallet patterns where you can't just place two in the exact same spot every time. Instead of having to go back to the conveyor to pick up a single box, we can place those independently. That is also built into our palletizing software, so it's very easy to program without having to use a teach pendant to program that into the recipe. Also on the spider pick, we have flexible cups. So these cups are able to be moved in and out. You loosen up the little wing nuts and it moves these cups in and out. So you're able to adjust for different box sizes. So whether you're picking up one large box with both zones or two smaller boxes, you can move those in and out within a matter of a minute or so and switch on to the next SKU. So that's really helpful for a lot of contract manufacturers or people that have a high mix type of operation. You don't see that on here, but in the video you saw there we use a spring-loaded suction cup, so that does help mitigate any doming in the boxes that there might be. It's just something that we've added on to all of our spider picks to make sure that we're getting a perfect pick every time. The quad pick is also a very helpful tool with 4 zones. So these can also be independent zones. Sometimes we do independent, sometimes we do 4 zones or 2 zones depending on the application, but they can be, those boxes can also be placed independently on the pallet. So this weldment is pretty heavy duty. It's used for mostly industrial applications, but we have done them with cobot applications as well. And we utilize the PIAB suction cups here on the system. So open cases and trays is something that we do quite often. So we work with a lot of contract manufacturers, like I had mentioned, and a lot of times they have display cases or open trays or this banker style type box. So we've developed a few tools that are able to pick these up very easily. So it's a very heavy duty weldment that we utilize here with suction cups on the side. So we actually are kind of putting pressure on the top of the box here with this weldment, and then we are picking from the side. This is going to be designed really specific for the product that our customer has, but we have quite a few different versions of this in collaborative and industrial. This is a multi-use tool that we used for a DPAL application and a palletizing application, so of these open trays. So it's kind of like a spatula where this part of the steel will go underneath the box, and then we'll clamp it down on the top so that the product doesn't move as we push it back onto the tool. So it's a pretty large tool. It also has some pneumatic components as well, depending. So if we need to use it for different SKUs, we can do that. Very flexible in nature. Clamp style tools are used quite often, and we've designed these for clients with pretty heavy duty boxes. You're not going to want to pick up, well, sometimes you don't want to use pneumatics for some boxes that maybe are really, really heavy, or they have not a very good seal at the top, so clamp style is a good option. It can also be used for bag applications and other types of applications that the clamp style would be a better option. We also on this tool have suction cups because we're picking up tie sheets or freezer sheets, so we can pick up 3 boxes at a time with this tool and then place those boxes and then go back with the same tool and pick up a tie sheet and place it on the pallet. So this is really a nice multi-use tool. And our clamp style tools we can use for both collaborative and industrial. All right, so just a little quick break here if there's any questions. Let's see. No, it doesn't look like we have any questions just yet, so we'll keep moving along. All right, so why do we partner with PIAB? So PIAB really has a broad selection of end arm tool components, so including vacuum pumps, suction cups, grippers, a variety of, it really covers a variety of industries and product types. So utilizing their components is kind of a no-brainer when it comes to choosing a partner for that. And really they're designed to be very easily integrated into other OEMs or integrators tools. So that's another reason why we've decided to work with them. From a support standpoint, they have great support. So Hernando is actually our local support here in Chicago. And so it's great to be able to just have him as a phone call away. Also our local distributor partners, FPE are close by that we are able to get support or help or have them do testing for us. It's really a great partnership. From performance and reliability, they're really top notch with their product offering, but they also have great availability. So when we do need spare parts, we can get those very quickly. They're known across the world, so they are a worldwide company, and so it really does ensure that quick delivery of components as well as the bandwidth for support. And then strong brand recognition, of course, that's important. Our customers know who they are. They know where to get spare parts if they don't buy it through us. So having them be a large player in the market is very helpful. So I just wanted to share a quick success story from a contract manufacturer that utilizes our systems. We interviewed this contract manufacturer just a month ago, actually, and talked to them about their experience with IRIS. They have both collaborative palletizers of ours as well as industrial. So our RPZ-10, which is our cobot, smallest cobot palletizer, and then our RPZ Max. So this client really was facing high labor costs, hard to keep their employees in general, keep people working. And palletizing for them in most companies is a difficult job to keep an employee because it's really a repetitive task, and there are safety issues with lifting boxes all day long and place them on pallets. So that was something that they really wanted to change. And they wanted to be more efficient and see some cost savings at the end of the day. So this, for instance, we sold them the collaborative palletizer, the RPZ-10, and we had the spider pick end of arm tool on this pallet. Actually, it's more than one palletizer at this facility, but the spider pick end of arm tool, and that was really to handle a lot of different SKUs. So this company has a pretty high mix, low volume operation. So they're changing over sometimes 2-3 times a day to a different product. And we wanted to get them an easy integration into their production line. So having limited downtime was important to be able to get their systems running more efficiently very quickly. So the key benefits here, we want to improve safety, give them a labor savings, and then have higher satisfaction for their employees. So instead of placing boxes on pallets, they can put those people at a better job where they're feeling more fulfilled, and that's really what the goal is here. So why did they choose IRIS? They chose us because we will fully integrate their system. So when you get a cobot palletizer from IRIS, you're getting a fully turnkey solution. So that means you're getting a system that is plug and play. When we get there, we've already run your product, we've already tested it on our floor, factory acceptance tested it. We ship it. Once it's installed, we're running your product typically within the first day or the second day. There's nothing left for you to do. So it's really a great solution when you don't have that engineering backbone to be able to do that on your own. The installation is very quick and easy. We provide full training on our systems. You don't have to have a robot programmer on site. So that's something that was really important to this customer. All of the recipe building, troubleshooting is done straight through the HMI. So we've developed a software that's very easy to use. And our clients and their operators just love the fact that they don't have to have a robot programmer on site and they can easily use our systems. And why was a spider pick important for this? So again, being a contract manufacturer and having that changeover of multiple different SKUs constantly, they needed the flexibility of that end of arm tool. So along with the software interface and the recipe builder, they're able to easily build a recipe, utilizing the spider pick for a ton of different size boxes, never having to change that tool out. So that was really one of the main reasons why that tool has been so successful. And then the payback. So they were able to reallocate that labor and get an ROI that was under 2 years. So which most of our clients are going to see a ROI in less than 2 years for a cobot palletizer. All right, so I'm going to open it back up for any other questions here. Let's see. We do appreciate everybody's time, and I hope that this was helpful. We can send out a recording of this if you have it. If you're wanting to ask any other questions after the fact, please feel free to reach out to myself at IRIS. You can contact us on our website at irisfactoryautomation.com. We'll stick around here for a couple minutes in case anybody has anything else. Thank you again. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
I got a question here. One question: how does IRIS approach designing end-of-arm tooling for different product types? So different product types. So we have a full design team here in-house. So sometimes we will design our own tools for different products by bringing in some samples from the client. We have our designers do a concept, and then we'll test that that way. We also do utilize PIAB for testing as well. So if it's a different style package, we can send that over to PIAB, and they will also do testing for us as well. And then I see on here, are there specific software and programming tools required for IRIS end-of-arm tooling? So our software, again, is built into all of our systems. So you're going to utilize a 22-inch HMI screen that has the drag and drop features of our palletizer recipe builder. So you're just going to drag and drop your boxes on the pallet where you want them. And then that's going to work seamlessly with our spider pick end of arm tool or other IRIS standard tools. And then one more question about how do you ensure durability and reliability? So all of our tools are made from steel, so they're high quality powder coated steel end of arm tools with PIAB technology included in that. So high quality products, high quality fabrication. Really, these tools stand up to for a long time. All right, looks like that is it. All right, everybody have a great weekend. Thank you again for your time. And we will reach out to us anytime for questions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you everyone for your time. Thank you. Have a good week.